songs which we hear occasionally, और हर माँ बच्चों को सिखाती है बेटा तुमको ये गाने चाहिए, स्कूल की टीचर भी ऐसी कहती है। तो मैं भी यही कहूँगा आपसे कि जब अपने ऑफिस में बैठे तो ये 3 गीत की कुछ पंक्तियाँ गुन लेंगे तो कोई कभी किसी से कोई गलती हो सकती है, वो गलती शायद अगले बार नहीं होगी। मैं यही आपको कहना चाहता हूँ। ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम नेकी पर चलें और बदी से डरें ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम। सेकंड, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते, भूल कर भी कोई भूल हमसे होना। और हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। मोर मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब। These 3 songs if we recite every day in the morning along with our prayers, then friends, God is with you and God says if you are on the right track, fear none except the one who is above everyone. So these things, God has been great to us. He has been so kind to us. He has given best of things to us, best of education, best of medicines, best of clothes, everything in life. We should be thankful to God every moment, every day. But equally, please help the others who need your help quite often. And in the end, all the best. Have a nice time. And I would be happy if I can be of any help to you. I requested Tushar also when I was in Bombay कि कोई भी काम हो तो please convey to me. I would be so kind to do on my own or through my son Siddharth or other colleagues. Anyway, you are so yourself so capable that I did not get a call. Anyway, in the end, so kind of you. I am so thankful to you and Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Hind. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for blessing us on this occasion and also sharing your experience and also for guiding young practitioners and also for your kind gesture to help us. With this, now I request our Secretary Shashank Dhod to propose a vote of thanks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends. Today's chief guest, Honorable Justice Sri J.D. Ranka, President Pankaj Parikh bhai, today's guest of honor, National President AFTP Sri J.D. Ranka Nizam, seniors in the profession, and
order. Our chairman has already taken a seat. Please welcome Mrs. Rupa Rami. I request Mr. Sunil Kushlani to kindly introduce the paper writer and the chairman.
Good afternoon to everybody. Respected President STPM, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, I thank STPM for giving an opportunity to introduce today's chairman of the technical session, Sri Vinayak Patkar. As per instructions of Mr. Vinayak Patkar, I am not going to introduce him, just I want to say a few words. A few days back I was traveling in Bombay. Actually, we see that Janta Raja is known as Shivaji. But I saw the hoarding in Bombay. Janta Raja was written in front of one biggest politician of India. Then I had been to Thane. Thane also there was one Janta Raja, biggest politician of Thana. Janta Raja was written. Now I feel that our associations and tax fraternities, Janta Raja is Mr. Vinayak Patkar. It doesn't need any other introduction. Now I would like to introduce today's paper writer, Mrs. Rupa Gami. Mrs. Rupa Gami has worked with Nosil, a Mafasal Group company, as a management trainee. She joined AF Ferguson and Company Management Consulting Division in Baroda and was involved on projects with Gujarat Electricity Board, Gujarat State Fertilizer Corporation and Gujarat Polymers. She is a partner with Gami Associates Chartered Accountants since 1986 with consultation on the areas of direct and indirect taxes. She is also associated as a managing committee member with Self-Tax Practitioner Association Mumbai for the years 2002-03 to 2004-05. She has acted as a convener of Computer and Website Committee, DD2 Committee and CJ Committee of STPM. She has written many papers on, one of them includes recent amendments under BST, CST Act and Allied Acts at a non-resident apprenticeship course held in 2003 at Mumbai. She has delivered lectures and coaching classes organized by Self-Tax Practitioner Association of Maharashtra. She has served as a column writer on the guest of DDQs for the magazines Self-Tax Review published by the STPM and compiled DDQs for the period 2004 and 5. With this brief introduction, I request all of you to welcome today's paper writer, Ms. Rupa Gami, with loud applause. Now I request Mr. Pranav Kapadia to give a memento and a flower bouquet to Mr. Vinayak Patkar, today's chairman of the second session. I request Pranav Kapadia again to give a memento and a flower bouquet to today's paper writer, Ms. Rupa Gami. Thank you very much. I request today's chairman, Sri Vinayak Patkar, to take over the session. Thank you.
Now the subject on which Rupa has written the paper is the most difficult subject. With due respect to other paper writers, your area, your subject, it's not a virgin area. You have judgments on
works contract, you have judgments on interest rate. However, the rules, input tax credit, section 42 and the rules, there are very few judgments. Even these, the issues involved therein are also not discussed yet in any seminars. I must say, Rupa has written an excellent paper on that. She requires 40 minutes to present her paper. I would request her to present the paper at how much, 40 minutes, 30, 35, 40, 45, whatever time she requires, but kindly present the paper. And you will find that she has considered every minor detail of this section and rules relating to input tax. Please.
Respected President of the Sales Tax Practitioners Association, Mr. Pankaj Parekh, respected Chairman of the session, seniors in the profession, and my dear friends. First of all, this being a first technical session, my warm welcome to all of you. And I feel very privileged to present this paper on the most interesting and very talked about current subject on recent developments in input tax credit. First of all, let me deal a little bit with our Indian history. Reference to indirect taxation has been found in a very well-known treatise of Arthashastra by Kautilya, dating as far back as 300 BC. His taxation policies were based on fairness, equity, efficiency, and ability to pay. He had emphasized concept of welfare state and good governance, and during those times, his advice had ushered India into a golden era. Now, while these ideals do have relevance today, but it seems they have been compromised today by our current taxation policies being framed in such a way that more and more revenue is trying to augment revenue. The current taxation policies are being framed more and more to augment revenue. Rather than laws actually should be framed in such a way that it would facilitate business rather than restrict it. However, we have to live with it today as it is. Of course, future we do not know. Going to the concept of VAT, it has been justified by the white paper on state level value-added tax, which we all know was released on 17 January 2005, and the justification is for reducing the cascading effect of tax, rationalization of the overall tax burden, and fall in prices to final consumers. We can say that input tax credit forms the main ingredient of the VAT system of taxation in order to achieve the objective of reducing the cascading effect of taxes. However, what we find today is, with all these judgments which are coming, especially the Mahalakshmi, that in almost all the cases set-off is being denied with a view to break the chain of input tax credit by the revenue. I would be dealing only on a few aspects and not everything, considering the time that is allotted to me. So we go directly to the judgments, recent judgments, mainly on Premier Paper Board. We will be considering Mahalakshmi and one of the excise law judgment. Now, what happened in Premier Paper Board case? required for the